And look at this exhaust. It is really puny. It is true. So I think we might build our own exhaust. Welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to make things. And what we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's 1971 Olds 442, or what we're calling the Faux 42, because it's a Cutlass that we're trying to make look like a 442. And I always forget to mention, there's a link down in the description if you'd like to build along. There's a link there where you can get your own kit also. But what today I think is mainly going to be about, I guess we'll call them roadblocks, issues, problems. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I've kind of run into quite a few problems, I guess we'll say. I always like to try to mock things up as I go along. So especially when I'm using aftermarket parts or 3D printed parts, I try to kind of make sure everything's fitting together. And well, I have run into quite a few issues. The first one having nothing to do with aftermarket parts or 3D printed parts, having to do with just the kit itself. I am having all the trouble in the world to get this motor to fit in. So to basically to sit in these motor mounts. And what I've come to, through inspection and, just trying this out, we can see, so I've got this sat in the back here on its little peg hole. There we go. This side is wanting to go into, we've got these two, let me show you, they've got these two motor mounts here, and there's basically just little tabs that fit in there. But with that in place, and the left one's wanting to go right in, this one will not. And I'm like, what in the world? We can see right here, this exhaust manifold is clearly just, banging into the frame rail, or this, what we should say is this frame rail is interfering with the exhaust manifold. And that exhaust manifold is glued all the way up, or it's attached all the way up against the block. I can't move it anymore. I can try to, it's just interfering. It won't, it's pushing the engine up this way, obviously. So I don't know if this is a normal issue with this kit. If anybody else has had this issue, let me know. I don't know if it's just, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's because I don't know why it would be because I'm using the automatic transmission and not the 4-speed. Maybe it would fit better. But it is definitely just banging against this frame rail. So I guess what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to shave this frame rail down and just kind of rebuild it, further that way. So this will sit down in place. So yeah, that's the first major issue of having. And then if I place, let me see if I can get this to go in the body. It probably going to be a little difficult because the motor itself is not sitting exactly where it's supposed to. Let me see if I can push this kind of in place. Yeah, it's going to sit crooked. See how it sits crooked in there? Because, let me make sure you can see. See how the motor's sitting crooked in here right now? Because it's being pushed kind of up and over on that frame rail from the exhaust. It fit, obviously the motor's in there, but it's crooked because it's not sitting, and maybe I can show you. Well, it's, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the little tab part right here, that should be sitting right here in this, but I can't get it to go that way because of that frame rail. So yeah, definitely going to have to do something about that. The other problems I was having, in fact, I wrote them down. So, the first thing was the battery. So I used the 3D printed battery. It's very hard for you guys to see because it's all black. And the only problem I had is it was too big. So I had to kind of shave it down on this side, and then I took a good, 1/8 inch of it out on this side just so it could fit in where it needs to go. I did go in there and kind of rust it up and then add some primer color over it, make it like I was repaired. So we had like a rusted out battery tray, and that it's been repaired. You can't, it's so hard to see, but we know it's there, but you cannot even really see down in there. The other problem I was having is the distributor. So this is a 3D printed distributor. Oh, you know what? I left the coil downstairs, didn't I? But that's okay. This I'm going to have to, so when I try to install the motor, also it's hitting the, let me make sure you guys can see even what I'm talking about. It hits the firewall. So I'm going to have to, I think what I'm going to have to do is just pop the shaft off of the distributor and then just kind of move it forward, kind of sneak it forward on the intake, kind of glue it there. But I can't do that. I need to get I think the only way I can mount this distributor is while the motor's installed to make sure I know it's going to fit. But I need to fix the frame rail first so I can get the motor sitting where it's supposed to sit, and then install the distributor. And I got to get that the distributor installed so I can wire it up for plug wires. Plus the coil, I think I'm going to mount. I was going to mount it over here on the fender well. But then I remembered we have our AC lines that are going to be sitting right in there. So I need to find a place to mount our coil, which is probably back on the firewall, or maybe I'll still mount it down on the fender well, just down in here and kind of inside. But I need to get all those lines kind of in place. So anyway, but I can run the coil wire, I think, by itself. It's going to be way easier to run the plug wires before the motor goes in, but the coil wire I can probably do afterwards. So anyways, that's another something that's holding us up. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, which basically roadblocks or whatever, is I was kind of goofing around with the exhaust. And the exhaust just plain does not attach to the manifold. Even when I can get this squared up where it should be, it doesn't attach to the manifolds very well. And look at this exhaust. It is really puny. It is true. So I think we might build our own exhaust. I didn't want to do it. I was like, I just want to use the stock stuff because I know it'll fit. But we can use the stock exhaust as our template and just I'm going to try to run a little bit bigger. I'll probably get some mufflers that'll have larger flanges on it that we can use, and do our own exhaust, because it just doesn't look the part to me. And I went back and forth, but that's what I think I finally decided is we'll need to replace the exhaust, or make our own exhaust, basically, is all we can do. And then I also want to point out, and I'm trying to do this every episode, I had some good comments that I want to point out, and comments that are going to kind of direct the direction of the build. And Ryan had told me, hey man, go ahead, just use the gray wires, because that's, it's like what you have on hand. And that's kind of what I've been talking about. And when I say the gray wires, I think I have them in my pocket. I brought them upstairs in my pocket. I'm talking about the gray plug wires. Go ahead and use them because it's what you have on hand. And when you're a kid, that's what you do. You just kind of use what's on hand. And that's kind of the way we've been directing this build too, is, what do we have kind of laying around that would work? So that makes sense to me. So I think I probably will go ahead and use the gray wires. And then Will had a great comment about using like home stereo speakers in the car. And he asked, did you have friends that did that? And I did. In fact, I had a friend who threw home stereo speakers in the trunk and grabbed the receiver out of his parents' living room and just put a converter in the car. So used the receiver, the home receiver as an amp to power them. And it was the silliest thing I've ever seen. I don't think I'm going to do that. But what I am going to do, and what it really reminded me of, is remember the wooden boxes that we all put 6x9s on and then threw in the rear package trays? I think I might do that. Well, there was always the wedge box with a 6x9 in it sitting up on the package trays. You hit the brake and they go flying to the front of the car. So I think that would look really good, I think. So if we had those little boxes sitting back here and then you had just the wires coming out, kind of tucking down. Wow, I just kind of hit that a little hard. You have the wires coming down into the rear package tray, like they're running into the trunk. I think that might actually look cool. It might actually look better than having them in the package tray. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if that's something you think that would look good. I completely forgot another thing. So brain going all different directions. Let me know if you want to do those speakers in the back package tray. I think it would look really cool. I think that's a good idea. The one thing I forgot was our not oil filter, but our air filter is way too big. I don't have the hood up here with us, but trust me, you can probably see it. Let's see if I can get it to sit on there. If I get it to sit on the carburetor, let me just hold it, and I hold that to the side. Well, everything's falling apart now. Well, trust me, the hood won't go on. The air cleaner sits too tall. So we're back to the drawing board on the air cleaner. I can probably just find one that's thinner, that sits shorter. But yeah, on this carburetor, that with it, it's probably part of it's the carburetor, and then the other part is the distributor, or the air cleaner itself. We've got to get a new air cleaner. So I don't know. I still want to use an open style, so I'll probably find something different. The point being is there's a lot of roadblocks here. I'm going to have to kind of work some things out. Probably tomorrow we'll go back to work on the F100 truck, just because there's a lot here that I need to start kind of getting figured out. And I guess I'm going to have to order probably a new air cleaner and some other things. But let me know what you think down in the comment section so far. I mean, it's looking good, and I'm having a lot of fun with this build. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this build. But you always run into these roadblocks, and it's just part of the process, I guess. But let me know what you think. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the hype buttons, hit all the buttons, do all the things you do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.